Previously, in the anime, the demon army was oppressing the human kingdom relentlessly, so Princess asked for help from Banza. With his help she wants to save the human kingdom and usurp the throne to become the queen, because her useless father is planning to drop all the blame on Banza that he's the messenger of Demon King. Well, Banza doesn't care even if they try to mess with him. He doesn't like fighting and he also doesn't like seeing innocent lives being killed in the war, so Banza hides his identity to fend off all the demon army's attack under Princess's name, and on the other side, Uegard had started a rebellion to take the throne of Demon King from Gozel, so, as the story continues, Gozel and Eulimenes came to Banza's house to stay for a while here. Now, what happened before coming here was, when Gozel heard the news that his little brother has started a rebellion, he goes over there and saw Uegard thinks that Gozel has turned traitor for thinking of adding a human in the demon army. And despite having the upper hand, he refused to continue the attack on the human kingdom. So Uegard and other demon officers thinks that he's not fit to be the demon king and he must prove himself. Years of dedicated work and Gozel got betrayed, so Gozel also gave the throne to his greedy brother without a fight and left everything behind, so he couldn't stay in demon territory, neither does he know anyone in human territory aside from Banza, so he wants to stay here with him. Banza and almost everyone agreed to let Gozel and Eulimenes stay, but only Balarasa had objections, so Fenris used some emotional attack to convince Balarasa, and even their pet was on their side, so she had no other option but to accept them, and now that Gozel was staying here, he wanted to help others out in their works, but Blossom didn't want his help for farming, and seeing Gozel, magic beasts were getting scared, so he couldn't help there as well, but in the midst of it, Fenris noticed that Balarasa was still distant from them. The hatred that had been set in the heart could not be easily removed. And Banza and Fenris knew this and approached her to talk. Balarasa is just surprised by how others accepted them, and Banza thinks their life right now is very harmonious, a very ideal life which is hard to get. Hearing this, Balarasa thinks she's not fit to be here then, because she has nothing to offer unlike others, but she knows that demons are just like humans, they laugh, they cry, and have the same feelings as humans. But it's still hard for her to accept them because she keeps remembering the aftermath of the war with demons, so she couldn't accept them as easily as others, but that's what makes her a human. Everyone has their own set of feelings, and that's what makes life, and aside from that, Gozel came here because this house contains a Gene, an overpowered person from another world, and also a demon general. So this house alone contains power enough to become a threat to both sides, so Gozel actually got here to keep an eye on them, yet Banza doesn't mind because he has nothing to hide. But on that note, Fenris is also demon who tried to kill them, but Balarasa is fine with her but not with other demons. So Balarasa thinks Fenris looked harmless with her silly behavior, so she never thought of her as a threat. That's an insult. But Fenris said she's been a huge help to her as Balarasa had taught her many sweet dishes, so Balarasa understood their meaning and accepted Gozel and Eulimenes under the condition that they never harm a human. Gozel accepted the catch to live alongside everyone here. But, on the other hand, demons kept failing in their attacks because humans are setting up traps this time, so Uegard thought of increasing the number of demon army to crush humans with force. But a muscle brain who knows only to move forward is the reason they are failing, plus with this paid morale of demon officers was declining, so Fjufin said they just need to get together to raise their morale, and on the other side, Fenris draws out a trip to hot springs, so she was happy she gets to spend steamy time with Banza, but the ticket was for the family. So Fenris wanted to exchange it for something else, but Banza managed to convince her to take this to go over to the hot springs with other. But Fenris was still down that her one-on-one time was foiled, but this hot springs has 7 different hot springs with many benefits like skin care, magic recovery, and for fertility. Now that grabs our lady's attention because enhanced fertility means a good chance of having a baby. So when they got to the hotel, Fenris took the ticket to the fertility hot springs from a maid with a good luck, but on their way Blossom ran into a man and he was Uegard. Thankfully she didn't know him, and Pufin drops in to calm Uegard down because they were here to increase the morale of demon officers, and that is why she had given a necklace to them to keep their demon malice under control. But 3 demon big shot recognized them, and Fenris told Gozel and Eulimenes not to meet them because Gozel's meeting with Uegard won't end with a simple hello. she wants no interruption on this date. So with that warning, Fenris had booked a private room for her and Banza, but first she wanted to go to the hot springs, so Haya thought of following. But this time it was a clear no because she wants to try out baby making. Since Haya couldn't follow them, she gets to her psyche world to meet the witch she had swallowed. Haya is curious about the union, but Fenris banned her from observing, so she came here to practice the union with the witch, but both of them are girls, so Haya won't learn anything about the action, but no worries, she's a gene, so she can make a pole anytime. And before this disastrous action happened, Haya was thrown out of her own psyche world because partners' consent is a must for union. Then, aside from them, Banza and Fenris hits the hot springs, and because the girls and boys' bath were side by side, they were able to talk, and Banza says he's planning a honeymoon for them, which got Fenris excited, and Banza got shy and decided to step out, and at the same time, Demon King and his subjects were enjoying the food, but the king wants to see something entertaining, so two demons stood up to do some comedy. But it turned into a fight, and one of them lost his necklace, and at the same time that Blondie had ran off from demon territory and arrived here with demon treasure. And because his girl servant was hungry, Blondie thought of selling out the treasure, but that crystal started to absorb the malice from the area, and when the two demons came out while fighting, their leaking malice got stored in that crystal and it got attached onto Blondie, turning him into a giant monster. So, while this was going on, Balarasa met with Eulimenes and asked if she wanted Gozel to become the Demon King again. In response, Eulimenes said yes, Gozel is the strongest, but he cares about all the demons, so, someone as noble as him sitting around with humans is a disgrace. Balarasa then noticed Eulimenes still respects Gozel and even left the demon army for him, so this indicates she loves him. That was meant to give a shock, but Balarasa was also shocked seeing the giant behind. It was destroying the hotel, so Banza was keeping it safe from a distance and told Fenris to check it out. Everyone understood it's Banza's power, so Ghazal and Eulimenes told the girls Banza will handle it. But Banza was dragged into this world and had suffered so much in a conflict. Yet he uses his power to help others, so girls wanted to do everything they could to support him. That was impressed in Gozel and he thought they should also help them out and asked Eulimenes. But it was the first time Gozel asked Eulimenes for her opinion, which made her heart flutter, but they went over to help, and their Fenris was pissed completely because her date was interrupted. There the demons noticed that Gozel was here, so Uegard leaves everything to fight him. And right there 2 episodes ends right there, but if you haven't watched previous episodes, then I have made a playlist where you could watch all the episodes, link is in the description. So check out the previous episodes to understand the storyline. Till then, take care.